They're pushing through as a unit out. They are going to be hearing this, certainly. So that'd be actually a pretty good spot for the retake. And Lele's already getting up close with the dualies, but can't quite connect on the first shot. They have to somehow find their way through here. No kit in play.
Smart from Major. He's reset all the way back in towards middle. First kill does come in, and take a look at this. Quez has found a kill on all the way in spawn, and that allows Anlele to creep up with the dual Berettas. Suddenly, it's a complete overwhelm, and Espionage win without taking a single player casualty. That is exactly the start that they needed.
Yeah, nice and decisive, pushing forward there. The fact that they had 3 players push out A main, not spot anybody. You know, I think if they'd actually spotted the lurk player, that would have made it actually probably a lot better for Eternal Fire, because then he could have played around and kept them occupied with him on that lurk position. Because he decides to reset through mid, that means that they feel completely safe taking the fight onto site. Dualies up close and personal in towards heaven, do enough. Eternal Fire, well, they do get the plant at the very least.
The biggest kill that came in was Quez's one, right in CT spawn. Because if he doesn't find that one, that allows Eternal Fire to reposition and be a lot more mobile. But instead, they're constricted in. Flashbang, really good. And that, well, I was going to say, would allow Iceberg in, but it's a force buy back in for this TE side because they have put the bomb down. And Wicadia and XANTARES strike with 2 quick frags.
And not only that, you had a player just extend out the take that fight. That means an M4 A1S is passed on over to XANTARES. Now everyone gets an upgrade. And you've got the man advantage. So that really worked out well for Eternal Fire. Got a Mach 10 and Tech 9 in here. Now everyone is holding rifles. Well, they're happening so early in the round. There's so much time now for them to work with.
Flashbang thrown in mid, but it's actually just a little bit of a bait because no one's swinging off that contact. XANTARES is taking all of this room. Push out towards dark here off the CTs. I really like how proactive they've been in these couple of rounds, but need to be careful they don't. No, woxic holding for it, and that's the bomb dropped.
They know it as well. Huge kill to find. Bomb is recovered, but getting into this site's going to be difficult. As is here, he's going to play up close to it, just in case they decide to go for a flash pop play. That smoke comes out at such a difficult time, so late into the round, such little time remaining. Where's now sitting inside it, decides to fade it. Oh, and Wicadia must have spotted him just as he comes on through. Lucky's trying to catch the timing as he walks on around and somehow wins out that fight and the follow-up kill. That is unbelievable to get both of those. Leaves it now onto Wicadia. 1 versus 1. Bomb goes down. Doesn't have the information on where Cabby is. He's crawled on through. Catches the headshot timing. And that is beautiful from Espionage.
And there we go. Speaking about Lucky in the pre-game, and he comes up massive with that double kill to deny the bomb. As Quez really overplayed his hand, phasing through that smoke. Really didn't need to, but was worried because of the lack of information towards A main. Eternal Fire could have split on him at any moment, so felt like he needs to be that hero because the rest of the CTs didn't push through dark. It's Lucky that comes up the victor, and it's Espionage for, I'll be honest, probably the first time since the end of the first half of Nuke that they get back-to-back rounds.
Yeah, really good one as well to pick up. Off the force buy, puts Eternal Fire's economy into a very awkward position. I can't believe Lucky gets 2 kills there with such little HP. Against XANTARES of all people, you peek him. You come out ahead. Now, good aggressive utility. The smoke comes down towards Rugs to enable them to push on out. Molotov at the stairs as well, so they get full control over towards A. And behind the boat as well. XANTARES, if he does decide to continue to peek around, even if he wins the fight. Oh, there's another player here. Does actually manage to get away, but costs a lot of health.
Now you're right about window here. Wicadia and Major both chime in. And suddenly they've created a very good opportunity for themselves here, Eternal Fire. And Lele, Lucky, both push in. And Lele might be caught off guard here by Major, definitely spotted. And that's information that goes both ways.
You know what one player is, and you're in a 4v2, you can immediately go to the other side. At most, you're going to deal with a single defender on the site, but they're lucky. Nobody there at all. The force back, even if it wasn't a full force, bit of a half-heat, does the job. Despite the really nice aggressive posturing from Espionage, I really like the change up to go that, but maybe not the round to do it, perhaps. Tonify was sitting so passive because they had the lighter by. They wanted to try and take their time to catch someone off guard. They were kind of holding for something along those lines.
I think the biggest issue that happens in that round is that you've got Espionage taking contact towards A, and then once those kills come in, it almost kind of feels like the round's done. It's like, okay, we're working against pistols. Antares is low, and he's got an AK. And then there's a lot of overextension, especially in towards mid.
Boost in towards middle. Lucky's holding a passive line, though. Going to be falling foul to this one. That flashbang is thrown out to kind of feign presence is not going to be bit on, as they have the information from the boost. But it's just going to jiggle. Sentry can be deployed, and then Cabby can come to support if needed.
Yeah, mid again. woxic just overextending. There was no one there to support him. No utility, no smoke on towards mid. And he just presents himself over to Espionage. Now an AWP can be picked up for that CT side. Quair's going to be getting caught off guard by XANTARES. But now all the information has been gathered. And yet again, proactiveness. Keep your eye on B main. Iceberg is pushed all the way through. But Wicadia catches him out.
The difficulty of pushing with the Deagle is you really have to catch someone with their back turned. Rifle's always going to be favored there. You can see how uncomfortable it's made Anlar. He's looking between multiple angles, and he's just got the MP9 to defend with. Can't even drop a smoke to block off one of these avenues. Makes the smart choice, which is to move over towards main, where he can push out if the hit comes through, and then he can be a bit of a thorn in the side. Cabby's come over with the AWP as well. He wants to get active. Moving on to dark. Time is going to be an issue here. The bomb's actually going back to A. They're trying to fake it, trying to make the rotation come on through and then come at the last second, but they had to be loud because time is an issue. And so you've still got a defender here. You've still got Lucky who can end it all. Tucked on in towards the heaven, but he hasn't shown himself yet. Hasn't denied the bomb, and Wicadia denies him.
Oh, that is as close can be. And you feel like if Cabby hits that initial shot on towards XANTARES, that round plays out so differently. But because he missed, and then the utility gets layered in, and XANTARES is allowed a second opportunity to get the kill, the rotations start to scramble.
Oh, the AWP
even with the Anlar information. And you're right, I don't even think a FAMAS will be allowed to be saved here. Quez 4 HP, running away, but he's being hounded down not only by XANTARES, but Majer coming up towards the T stairs. And if everything gets denied here, that is just salt in the wound for Espionage.
Does find Majer and goes down at the final moment. Actually, there was at least one more moment there, so he was never going to get away.
One more moment.
One more moment. Just one. Enough. He was begging for no more moments. No moments, no problems.
Okay. Good to have you back.
Yeah, good to be here.
Just usps.
Usps.
More like oof. Espionage started off the CT side pretty damn good. Oh wow, that is a banger. Coming in, and Wicadia says, "Oh, thanks. I'll take some kills." XANTARES is like, "Oh, I don't even need an invite." Keeps finding more. Molly goes a little bit deep, but he doesn't give a damn.
That molly was wild. I think it bounced off the staff and just went at the craziest angle. It's all good. Guess his kills. Just one death to the USPs. Now they get themselves into the lead for the first time. Espionage. And I have all the guns back out, but no AWP.
Speaking of AWPers, woxic has been quiet again. I know we're only 6 rounds deep, but on Nuke, he wasn't really needed. It was XANTARES and Wicadia. Here on Anubis, it's XANTARES and Wicadia. And this is a change of pace coming out from Eternal Fire. They are running it straight in towards A. Mercadia brought down very low. Full blind though, Quez will find one. Even drops a smoke to stay alive, but he's being peppered by all of the utility. At least that's enabled Cabby to step in here. And the flank, it is on for espionage, but the kills on the bomb site are all coming up Eternal Fire.
All those lines of yellow devastating on the side, but the flank comes through. Woxic goes for one, but are you ready for the follow-up? No, you're not at all. Majer now knows it's a 1v1. Analele's position. Oh my god, please pull out your gun. He's going to get it out and drop the smoke. Timing enough to get away. And I think he was quiet enough to such a distance that Analele's not at all aware of this, which means this retake, despite all the utility he has, doesn't have a kit, and he's going to be having to really run a distance to get there.
The good news is that Majer's put himself in the most common incendiary position. Dan Lele, do you throw this incendiary right here? You do, but it lands a little bit shallow. So now Majer has got free reign, but he's just going to stick the bomb. 10 seconds. This might just be a bluff, because he might not be ready for it, but no. Does readjust just in time. Headshot comes in. Majer wins out the clutch.
Yeah, that got a little bit scary with the smoke and incendiary, despite it being 10 seconds. Because, I mean, if he'd thrown that smoke over towards main or dropped that incendiary into the corner, it becomes a lot more difficult to deal with him. Even if some of those AK bullets go awry, particularly that long range. You can see he was patient with it, took his time, didn't let it get out of hand. It ends up being pretty costly, but they do survive the test of the rifles.
And the reward is it's just pistols, but we know how deadly these pistols can be from espionage. And I've actually been really enjoying watching this proactive CT side, especially in the mid rounds. It's been keeping Eternal Fire on their toes, and I actually think the structure has been really good. The difference, well, it's the aim. XANTARES, you don't need to ask him twice.
Yeah, he's having a field day in this matchup. Mercadia playing a good lurk roll in mid. Now they can just explode into the site, overwhelm. There's that deagle. That's a really sad deagle. It's the headshot, but it's through the edge of the box. 2 HP. But Calyx gets away with.
All the freeze for Calyx as well.
So it is.
Nice. Iceberg there running with the deagle just in the open, reminding me of like when you're on like a school field trip and there's just one kid that's just at the back, just lagging behind, he's trying to like run and catch up to the rest of the group.
That you talking from experience?
It's because you said field day, and then my mind went to field trip,
sure.
right?
And you had some bad memories.
Yeah. Yeah.
Left at the aquarium, the bus went without you.
We don't need to go into it. Run boost.
What we do need to go into is the B, the run boost to enter, but it doesn't quite work out. Does catch their aim off a bit, but the follow-up a little bit too labored. XANTARES does find one kill, but Analele is being such a nuisance. Just playing around, the flashbang comes on over, but XANTARES still finishes his meal. I'm going to be planted. Lucky can't do anything about it. Has managed to get very close with the orb, and the no-scope comes on through. A 2 versus 2 now, but XANTARES quickly puts it back into their stead. 1 versus 1, the spray is wild, and Calyx prevails.
Much better. I think we're seeing a lot better communication out of espionage, though, because they understood that player was locked in towards dark. Smoke went over instantaneously, and the pre-fire from Quez was nearly there. But it was just the dink. And Eternal Fire are now just settling in. It feels like they're going through the motions, even whipping out a little bit of flair with the run boost. There wasn't too many flashes. That was a very contact-heavy play with the element of surprise that didn't actually result in the round being locked up as theirs, but it was still cool to watch.
Back to the Dirty Cheeks. We finally got to see a bit of excitement from Lucky with the AWP. Even if it was only for a fun no-scope.
Oh, come on, Calyx.
Give him a chance.
Just not fair. Mercadia even going to check this smoke. Iceberg now caught off guard. These deagles didn't pose to be too much of a problem coming into the rounds, and while in the round, they're certainly proving to not make the difference. Now utility being lined up towards A. Majer biding his time, and the bomb is firmly rooted over here too.
Abby does find one. That's over towards B. So it's a rifle that can be picked up. Lucky's also going to have a little bit of a nosy on him. They can grab an AK. Well, 2 AKs. That would be really nice. Again, it's starting to give you those shades of nuke where Eternal Fire, once they start getting rolling, once they start to roll, and they're on a roll, and they're rolling.
Yeah.
They don't stop.
I was on a roll last weekend. Not literally, but I did rollerblading.
Oh, that's cool.
It was so bad.
Yeah? You like Ken in the Barbie movie.
I've not seen the Barbie movie.
Great.
Or Oppenheimer.
Oh, wow. Spoilers, is rollerblading.
Oh. Well,
In Oppenheimer.
is there?
No. I don't know. I've not seen it.
Oh, okay. Well, anyway, I did that, and I fell over like 4 times.
Oh. Well. As long as you had fun.
I did.
Nobody recorded it.
They did. But that's okay. I submit it to You Been Framed and get my £200. That's a reference probably like no one will get. But that's fine. Eternal Fire. It's not a reference, it's pretty good CV on Anubis, and they've already collected 7 rounds here on this T side. Boost up for woxic as well, having a look in, and maybe he'll get involved. Bless him. Not really had much to do again, just in any of this series.
I feel like this boost rarely finds a lot of success these
Well,
days.
that's because Antares is killing them instead.
Yeah. I think people are getting pretty clued onto it.
I like this.
Alex is definitely aware of it and was now Tara's position. Yep. Just spams on through. Alex gets the killing blow. There's brute forcing their way through. There is a late lurk going to be coming through from Iceberg. And with Lucky pushing out, you can find Majer. Oh, that's a head spotted.
Major's aware of this flank possibility because look.
Oh my god, come on.
They've been doing it every single round. They've been pushing the other extremity. No info for about 20 seconds. Lucky will catch off the player and he's like, alright, I'm going to go save. Even if he even be allowed, right? Because Calyx is in mid. Bye.
Yeah, the worst part of that, I feel like Lucky, I mean, he wants to fight on the A bomb site. Like, that's his job there with the orb. He should be able to just focus on one of those avenues. When his teammates fall in mid, he should be able to just post up on pillar, take the fights through camera, but instead he has to worry about this flank, right? And it completely occupies his attention. His teammate goes down, who is meant to be the one that kind of comes through and deals with that. So you never really get to see Lucky get involved in any of these rounds.
Yeah, it really is unfortunate. And the thing is, that will then juggle the defense. He'll start to become more involved and he'll try and push for middle. He'll try and take this ground. But Eternal Fire have been very dynamic on this T side. They have focused middle quite a lot, but they've also gone for these fast plays out towards B main, out towards A main. I don't even think they've gone dark once, unless it's in the mid round where they've been catching off players who have walked B main previously. There's never been that key fight in the waters, which is normally a staple we see here on Anubis.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's see a bit of a split here. A fake out over towards A. A lot of utility thrown by 2 players, and they can retreat back. Centaurus has found an entry. Lucadia trying to kill one of his own, but not able to find the kill. Thankfully, you got Centaurus following up. Bomb goes down. 2 of the T's are very separated, so if they can find the 2 on the site, this is definitely doable for espionage.
The issue is the player in towards Pillar. Although, Quest does deal with him and follows up onto woxic. Now Majer and Calyx have to try and recover, but Calyx is on this massive flank in CT. You're never expecting it if you're Cabby. And the spray is a little bit laboured, but it allows Majer the opportunity to find Quare's Eternal Fire, survive the storm, and get up to 9.
Yeah, the unfortunate thing there was, I think Cabby's flash, the second one that came through, caught his teammate, right? When he was trying to fight out through jail. Could have been a little cleaner fighting into that. I was able to almost recover it for them. The flank was always there, up the sleeve of Eternal Fire. 7 rounds now in a row. Sorry, 9 in a row for a 7-round lead.
Yeah, this is looking pretty dominant, and everything that's been happening has been really, unfortunately, going by what we said, very worried for Espionage on Anubis. Felt like Nuke was a must-win, and they got torn limb from limb. Wakadia will find Iceberg as well, and he's been provided significant output on rounds like these. Instantaneous trades yet again for Eternal Fire, as they look damn sure to try and lock in round number 10.
Yeah, XANTARES is always there. Like, you think you found a kill, you found a freebie, boom, headshot.
Even more damage as well. It's just so much overwhelming pressure. You can never really deal with it. Cabby's still remaining here on B, and the bomb is out towards that area of the map. But with so much A main progression, it wouldn't surprise me if XANTARES just turns around, picks up the bomb, and then heads over there. But as I say that, keep your eye on middle. Because suddenly, Quare's unlucky. They're going on a little bit of an adventure.
Could be a timing where they find someone up with... Nope. Quare's juggling pistols. Running away. The bomb is solo. And the bomb is dropped. Time is an issue. 20 seconds. Both CTs are here. This can still be done. They need to get that bomb through. woxic picks it up. The rest of the players going to come out through dark. They need to find these kills.
Oh.
That's the first. Cabby. Oh, woxic deals with both.
That was the one. Quez looked like he had his head on the crosshair as well. Just couldn't lock it in. And if woxic falls there, surely that round is Espionage's. Unfortunate. But Eternal Fire, they get themselves up to double digits. Double AWP. Come out, and Lele wielding the second one for the CT side, and this needs to be the difference maker.
Definitely feels like some of the players are getting more active, but it's not resulting in round wins. That's a difficulty.
Now that is the danger. I think a one-way smoke's just been thrown in as well, Eternal Fire.
Yeah, it's an interesting one. Looks like it allows you to peer over to the left, but well, the one way maybe goes both ways. As the AWP, the prime counter to a one way, can peer on through and find that little bit of a gap on the right hand side. That secondary AWP already striking and starting to pay off its investment.
I mean, rooted here though, Eternal Fire. They really want to go for this, and if you're Majer, you're understanding that there's going to be pressure anywhere else on the map, because that's what Espionage like to do in the mid-round. Fantastic flash catches off XANTARES. 2-player advantage here for the CTs now.
This is the best looking CT round yet. Still don't count Eternal Fire out. woxic looking over the top, but Iceberg has found another. Wakadia falls. Calyx does get the trade. A lack of smokes, though, makes it so difficult to flash over the top, but Analele's fast with the flick and the follow-up as well. 3 in the round for him. That secondary AWP, well, surprised to see him strike so true, but beautiful stuff.
Difficulty you've got is the woxic has $16,000, so he can buy for the rest of the half, so can the rest of Eternal Fire. So this doesn't really get any easier. There's no respite of an eco to kind of get you a free round here or there. Espionage have got to do it the hard way, but 10-5, sure, it's still very difficult to manage and maintain, especially when survival in the playoffs is on the line, but it at least would give you a little bit more of a buffer than you had on Nuke.
Deep thrown smoke out from the gate. Wow. Deep smoke thrown out from the gate lands all the way in towards A. And that's going to put Lucky to high alert. He's falling all the way back to heaven. That's going to allow this utility to get gets thrown out to be all the more potent. Won't be able to actively fight. He does stick around in the Molotov to find one, and Major gets another. Seeing all these kills on the feed. And everyone's falling. Calyx does get one. That's going to allow the bomb to come through, but Lucky has stayed alive, using that smoke defensively, that gap in it to keep fighting. The lurk from Iceberg, again, extends a little bit too soon, and he's caught. Puts it back into the 2-on-2. Double orb. And, oh, Lucky on the jiggle. Spots him out. This is so uncomfortable. These orbs just keep on jiggling. Calyx lucky to be alive, and he's gotten up even closer, just trying to bait them in, looking for headshots, and he's found the first. Lucky, though, does strike back, puts it into the 1-on-1. The sentry, oh my god, Calyx keeps trying to decide where he wants to throw utility. First one comes out, Lucky, though, close and personal. A quad kill in the round to get a 4th for Espionage.
That's so well played by Lucky. Just by staying alive the entire time, picking off Eternal Fire as they're coming in. But in that 1v1, the last thing you expect him to do is get up close with this orb. Normally he wants distance. This time, though, he just slides in, hits that time in when the utility is being fumbled around. That's the last thing you want to do in a 1v1, by the way. Just pull out utility when you're in such close proximity. He knew Lucky was locked into that shelf position over towards A. Didn't really make much sense to pull the pin on the incendiary. Thought it was going to be a little bit of bait. Instead, Eternal Fire's ultimate downfall. Now, again, progressive flash being thrown in by Lucky. Aggression from Espionage, and they're going in. But Wicadia mows them all down.
Oh, that is absolutely phenomenal. The double kill there from Wicadia, showing some of his earlier prowess from Nuke. XANTARES as well, putting his own name into the feed. Quest is holding for him when the smoke fades. You can see XANTARES is going to be ready for this fight, but Quest is the one that comes out ahead. Lucky strikes with the orb from Dark.
Oh, no. That one, though, is a little bit more tricky. Quez knows that the bomb was dropped, but Major's already recovered it. Gonna go on a hunt here. We'll actually beat the timing on Wicadia, and it actually starts to get a little bit scary because Major's going to plant for A main.
And once the bomb's down, though, the chance of the retake is so tricky. He's completely unaware. Quez doesn't catch him off. Major's able to adjust an 11-4 half. Some signs of life from Espionage throughout. Definitely looking like the individuals are a bit more fired up here on Anubis.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And I was really impressed, and I will just reiterate the points, right? It's so difficult on the CT side to find opening kills, but Espionage had a number of tricks up their sleeve to try and give themselves the best opportunity possible. It was really just captivating watching them go for these aggressive plays. They had set plays in towards A with the smoke slanting towards rugs and stairs and the flashbangs over the top. The B plays were often yielding quite a lot of success, but it was just the mid-round, the timings of their aggressions. Once Eternal Fire realized that that was the game plan, they quickly cottoned onto it.
Critical pistol. Oh, Lucky, nice shot. Looking for the follow-up onto XANTARES, but runs out of bullets. Both of them have to back off. The 1-for-1 exchange. DT is now very split, but moving as a pack of 2. In fact, actually, with that push out through B main, I'm going to be rotating a bit more over towards A, and it's going to be the right call. The 2 players defending, they can deal with these players in main. They can isolate the bomb.
Wicadia's tucking in. Oh, I was going to say it as well, but it's XANTARES take the first contact. That is snappy from Wicadia, but now he's stuck. And then actually the timing's been hit on Major as well. Kills come in a matter of moments now. It's just woxic left in a 1 versus 3. He's already being flanked. Yeah, timing on this is done.
Nice kill. There's a chance. They just need to not face him, not give him these fights. Desperately looking for them. See Cavi is just crawling around the cake, trying to avoid woxic, who swings on through. What a shot! Cavi, silent, comes around the corner and secures the round. A second pistol here for Espionage.
It's actually very scary how close that was.
Yeah.
That was... When Cavi's going all the way around, I was like, no way. Because there's an opportunity there for a headshot to be instantaneously hit. But fortunately, you're right, Espionage, they do get the pistol again. And that's really great, but it's the gun rounds that have really been a limiting factor. A force buy-in for Eternal Fire as well. We know how prolific Woxic was on Nuke with his scout, looking to apply the same craftsmanship here on Anubis.
3 MP9s isn't too bad for a force round. Good tag. Goes both ways though. Woxic does have to fall on back. Force forward his right-hand man. A flash over the top, and Tara's thought about getting aggressive, but the smoke makes it a bit more tricky. Almost the kill on Cabby through the smoke.
Very close range angles here for these MP9s, layered on the corner as well. These flashbangs need to be pretty damn precise, although if Espionage go in contact, this is where it all falls apart.
Third defender comes on over. You've got the fast rotate as well. As the smokes come on through, Acadia up close, mows them down with the MP9. Majer strikes as well, and they have dealt a devastating blow in B main. No traction found whatsoever.
Very small micro play there. That's really cool as well. Is the fact that Wacadia takes the first contact, he then backs in. Majer goes on a wide swing as well. But XANTARES, he's the third player that had rotated over. But it's Wacadia that then next swings. It's the confirmed player that was there initially. So XANTARES is a little bit more of an unexpected element.
And much like in the first half, we have the back and forth with the force fires. Espionage get all the pistols out. But now they're up against 4 full rifles and a scout. To see some more of those miraculous deagle shots that got us so excited on Nuke when they did connect. Oof. That's the bomb spotted as well.
Now, that's something connecting, but it's not a deagle. It doesn't do any damage, fortunately, for Espionage. We're kind of backed into a little bit of a corner here. That's why Quez is trying to be a little bit vocal out towards B, trying to sell the idea that this is where they want to go with this lurk smoke, but really good counter utility and Eternal Fire, they remain rooted in their positions. There's no way in currently, unless these deagles can provide a lot of opportunity.
Woxic's ready. It's been a lurk out towards B. Quest did find a way through using a lurk smoke, but it was an intentionally passive hold. Wox is able to get a kill. That's the deagle connecting. Lucky does find one, but Wacadia on the job of making sure they can't get that bomb down. More tags, but he's slowly falling. And just the one kill coming through.
Oh, Wacadia has been phenomenal. 2 maps. And it's very interesting because it wasn't actually part of the Eternal Fire Academy project when the team first came about, and me and you both covered some of We Play, and he was brought in late, right? It was a couple of games where Wacadia wasn't actually brought in, and then they recognized his talent, and he was the best player on that team by miles. Finally gets a shot here, and he's really proven his worth. A very young talent coming out of the Turkish scene, and is now being molded by some of the best in the region.
Yeah, and if you're like a young, snappy rifler like Wacadia, and one of the senior players on your team that you can kind of learn from and model yourself after is XANTARES, I mean, that is just like the perfect recipe for an incredible player in the making.
Stack's a bit funky here for Espionage. I like it, but not yielded anything. Look at how passive Eternal Fire are being. Look at the contrast in CT sides we've had.
Yeah, just happy to let these pistols come to them, and, well, they handle them almost perfectly. Deagle looked like it might have got a follow-up there, but XANTARES does get a triple kill. That's 14 on the board for Eternal Fire. Been a bit in a cruise control in this series. One of the last stands here for Espionage with all of the rifles.
This, yeah, potentially could be the very last gun round we see out of Espionage. Third stage loss bonus, and What's been a factor on both of these maps and just in the series? Getting the bomb down. Been really difficult, and yet again we've seen it. The trials and tribulations of planting the C4 on a bomb site continues to exhaust espionage. Faster play, I like this out of Cabby. Is there a flashbang that sets him up? No, instead it's contact, and woxic will take that all day long.
Yeah, you don't even need the rifler who's there to support. woxic's just there to fire off a shot and fall back, but his shot connects. XANTARES does find one through the smoke as well. And a follow-up. No smoke needed this time. He's just taking duels in mid. Happy to take those any day of the week. And now they've got the bomb out towards window. So this round has quickly fallen from the fingers of espionage. Which makes sense. Look at the way they're holding their hands.
Yeah, it is true. Quez has recovered it, though, and does start to arrive in mid, but there's layering. As woxic darts in, XANTARES is there for the cover, and Lele can walk out, can probably kill Calyx, but no, turns the other way. It's not the full clear, and Calyx takes the kill. 15-5, and we're staring at Galils, we're staring at Mac 10s, an espionage fight for survival, not only on Anubis, but in the entire playoff run.
Eternal Fire ready to lock in that matchup versus one win. 10 opportunities to do it.
I feel like what we've seen, the difference for Eternal Fire coming back off the player break, is there is so much more confidence. Espionage. My goodness me. They're just running through all the utility. This one's over before it can even really get going. That's the bomb already dropped, and it feels like the beginning of the end. Quez will burn one alive, and Wicadia, he's getting up really close to this smoke.
He wants a few more kills to add to his tally, and phasing the smoke isn't going to be able to get one. They're actually able to find a couple here. Quez, ooh. That's a smoke. Gives them some space to work with. It is a 2-on-2. Certainly doable if they can find one of these kills, but Calyx swings on out. Leaves it all onto Quez. He's found that first one. Majer has been tagged. He's on a long flank.
Oh, this is so rude.
No way you're ready for this. He's already shown face.
He even dropped on the pathway there, so the audio didn't get given up because the water sounds can be a bit weird in Go. So he deliberately lands on the pavement.
Position back in the corner. Yeah, too easy for Majer. Well played in the clutch to secure a 16th for Eternal Fire and take the series 2-0.
Yeah, and for espionage, all their hard work in the group stage.